Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. Thursday night's Bucs game versus the Falcons in Tampa Bay scares the hell out of me. Not just because the Bucs are wearing creamsicles. Are you scared too? After a shocking and embarrassing 24 to 20 loss at home on Sunday to the two-win New Orleans Saints, this seems like a really bad time for Todd Bowles' defense to go up against Kirk Cousins and the Falcons, right? Cousins has already proven to be a Bucs head coach killer once in his career. Will he do it again on Thursday night in Tampa Bay? That's the subject of today's Pewter Pulse video, and I'll get into that in just a moment. First, a reminder, hit the thumbs up button on this video, give it a like. Also, leave a comment. When you do those two things, it helps us with the YouTube algorithm, gets our videos out in front of more awesome Bucs fans like you. Also, head over to Pewter Report TV, our YouTube channel, hit subscribe. We're almost at 23,000, thanks to you. The Bucs are reeling after a disastrous loss to the Saints on Sunday. Do they have what it takes to beat Kirk Cousins and the Falcons and salvage their season, or will Atlanta help Carolina steal the NFC South divisional title from Tampa Bay? Let's discuss it. Todd Bowles' defense surrendered 24 points to the 30th ranked scoring offense on Sunday. This was a Saints team that was averaging 15.2 points per game with their rookie quarterback in Tyler Shough that started the season as a backup. Shough ran for 2 touchdowns and actually outplayed Baker Mayfield in New Orleans' upset win at Tampa Bay. This continued an abysmal level of play from Bowles' unit since the bye week when Tampa Bay's defense surrendered 28 points to New England, 44 points to Buffalo, and 27 points to the Rams in 3 straight losses, before looking somewhat better in a 20-17 win against a 3-win Cardinals team. But any ray of sunshine from holding the Cardinals to 17 points was doused by the rain from Sunday's soggy loss to the Saints. The Bucs are 1-4 in their last 5 games since the bye, and the defense is allowing 28 points per game. Enter the Falcons, a team that ranks 27th in scoring and averages just 19.4 points per game. Starting quarterback Michael Penix Jr. is on injured reserve, and star wide receiver Drake London is out with a knee injury and is going to miss Thursday night's game against the Bucs. But if Tyler Shough, Devon Vele, and Devin Neal could drop 24 points on Tampa Bay's defense, what do you think Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, and Tyler Algier could do against Todd Bowles' troops? Now, I'm not trying to be negative, but have you seen any signs of life? The Tampa Bay's defense has actually been playing good football since the Bucs beat the Saints in New Orleans back in week 8. I haven't. And as a result, I don't have a lot of faith that that's suddenly going to change on Thursday night. But let's see what happens. Kirk Cousins hasn't exactly lit it up in his 4 starts this year in place of Michael Penix Jr. He's 1-3 as a starter, with his lone win coming against the Saints in New Orleans in a 24-10 victory where he threw two touchdowns and had 1 interception. What is scary about playing Kirk Cousins on Thursday night is his track record against Todd Bowles' defense dating back to last year. The Falcons swept the Bucs in 2024 behind 2 magnificent games from Cousins. He completed 42 of 58 passes for a franchise record 509 yards with 4 touchdowns and 1 interception in a 36-30 overtime win at Atlanta last year on Thursday Night Football. Then he and the Falcons beat the Bucs 31-26 a few weeks later by completing 23 of 29 passes for 276 yards with 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. And guess what? Outside of maybe 2 or 3 new starters, Cousins is going to be playing a lot of familiar faces on Tampa Bay's defense again. Remember how he attacked the middle of the field quite often in those 2 wins over the Bucs? Well, what happened last week against the Saints? Tyler Shough attacked the middle of the field, which was wide open. I'm sure Kirk Cousins is seeing that on film. In 2 games versus Tampa Bay last year, Cousins passed for 785 yards with 8 touchdowns and 1 interception. In the other 12 games that Cousins played in last year with the Falcons, he passed for 2,723 yards with 10 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. Simply put, Cousins was Superman against the Bucs, and Clark Kent versus everybody else. Cousins even made tight end Kyle Pitts, a former first rounder who's never lived up to the hype that came with him being the fourth overall pick in the 2021 draft, look like a superhero. Pitts only scored 4 touchdowns last year, but half of them came against Todd Bowles' defense. He had 2 of his best games of the year against Tampa Bay, with 7 catches for 88 yards in the first game in Atlanta, and then 5 catches for 91 yards and 2 touchdowns in the rematch in Tampa Bay. Now, Kirk Cousins has already had some big games against the Bucs before Todd Bowles' arrival in Tampa Bay. He helped engineer a monumental comeback win over Lovie Smith's Buccaneers back in 2015 when he was a backup quarterback for the Redskins. Trailing 24-7 at halftime in D.C., Cousins helped the Redskins rally and outscore the Bucs 24-6 in the second half for a 31-30 win. After that game, he famously said, "You like that?" Now, I called that game the collapse at the Capitol back when it happened in my reporting for Pewter Report. And I also called for Lovie Smith to be fired after that game, even though it was in the middle of the season, because the Bucs were 2-4 that year and were just 4-16 under Smith at that point of his failed 2-year tenure in Tampa Bay. If Todd Bowles and his defense don't show up and shut down Cousins and the Falcons offense on Thursday night, the Bucs will fall to 7-7 on the year, having gone just 1-5 since the bye week and 2-7 since this team's hot 5-1 start, which seems like it was aeons ago. Cousins is the third backup quarterback that the Bucs are going to be facing in a row. And the Falcons are the third team with the losing record that Tampa Bay is going to be facing in as many weeks. Cousins is completing just 60.9% of his passes on the year and is yet to pass for anything more than 234 yards in any game in his 6 appearances. Now, he's thrown just 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, too. And he's been sacked 7 times, including 6 sacks in the last 3 games. The task at hand is simple for Todd Bowles. Make the 37-year-old Kirk Cousins play like Clark Kent and not Superman on Thursday night and beat the Falcons to get this season back on track. If not, Bowles could suffer the same fate that Lovie Smith did back in the day. Well, folks, our fortune's looking better over at Pewter Report TV, thanks to you guys. We're on the way to 23,000 subscribers. So thank you very much. If you haven't done it yet, please visit Pewter Report TV, our YouTube channel, for more Pewter Pulse videos, my Bucs Brideshead videos, and appearances on the Pewter Report podcast. Follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report. Make sure you visit pewterreport.com, our website, where we have breaking news, game coverage, injury reports, and all of the analysis on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers you're going to want to read. And we'll be back soon with the new Pewter Pulse.